New year, new me. I think this year I'm going to listen to my critics and I'm going to try to be more serious. Starting now. This gun functioned as it should, delivered some energy, but I will say that was quite wasteful. Someone could have drank those. I'm going to pick up my brass, clean this table up, and then we will move on to maybe just some paper targets. Eggplant is quite nice if you cook it right. You want to bread this lightly on both sides, throw it in your skillet, a little bit of salt and pepper. It's delicious. Next, I have a chronograph set up. Let's see if we can get a reading on this ammo. So it looks like we had a reading of 951 feet per second. Great time for some watermelon. This is a nice gun. Fires as it should. And this is a tripping hazard. You should always pick up your range and make sure there's no sticks or anything like that lying around. Not good. New year, new me. 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 What's up, everybody? My name is Scott, and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics. And this is a 30-30 lever action rifle, the most common deer hunting cartridge in the United States. The 30-30 is most commonly found in a lever action platform. There are some companies out there like Magnum Research that make some pretty cool 30-30 pistols, but today I have something I have never seen before and I am very excited about, a 30-30 Derringer. So this is an American Derringer, and like I said, it is chambered in 30-30, which is a deer hunting rifle cartridge. This little guy right here only has 3-inch barrels, which technically you're only getting about, I don't know, a ½ inch of barrel because the cartridge itself is about 2.5 inches long. So to load this little guy, you just flip this lever and then the barrel's open and you can put 2 rounds of 30-30 in there. Now this does only fire 1 barrel at a time. When you pull the hammer back, it fires the first barrel, and then when you pull it back again, you will fire the second barrel if you are still hanging on to the gun. I've had the pleasure of shooting some very powerful pocket pistols, but never a 30-30. So needless to say, I am very excited about today's video, so let's go get set up and get started. So first things first, let's just take a few shots with this and see just how hard she be kicking. So we're gonna get it loaded up with 2 different rounds. I have a 170 grain 30-30 soft point, and then I have some Underwood ammo 140 grain controlled chaos. The key with these Derringers is to make sure you keep it pointed in a safe direction and you don't get your hand in front of these barrels once it's loaded. So I'm going to put the 140 grain in the lower barrel. I'm going to put the 170 grain in the upper barrel. I'm going to close this. They recommend putting the safety on. Okay. We are good to go. All right. Now I guess I'm going to shoot it. Here we go. get a real good grip on there. You can see I can only get about 2 fingies on that grip. All right, let's give it a whirl. Oh! Wow, okay, that sent quite the shock wave through my hand and my fingies. That was the 170 grain round. Let's try the 140 grain. Give my hand one of these. Oh, look at my knuckle. My knuckle is already red where that trigger guard kissed it. All right, let's try the other barrel. Here we go. Okay, I think I probably should have checked. I may have fired the lower barrel first because that one kicked a lot harder. That was definitely the heavier round. You know, it's kind of cold. It's kind of cold out here. Maybe I'll go put on some gloves, you know, so my fingers don't get too cold. Oh, I didn't see you there. I'm just reading my book. Just joking, I can't read. But if you can read, you should check it out. There's a link in the description down below. And the best part is a portion of every book sold goes to support families whose children are fighting cancer through the Parker Project. So if you want... It's not a good sign. That means we're going to have 3 more months of winter. First up is going to be the good old water jug test. I have 10 1-gallon water jugs. We're going to take a shot at it with the 30-30 Derringer and see what kind of penetration we get. Okay, for this shot, I'm going to be loaded up with another 130 grain 30-30 round. Load that into the top barrel. And I got on my handy dandy gloves because, you know, it's just kind of chilly out. Fingertips get cold. Has nothing to do with the extreme recoil pulsing through my hand. All right, here we go. Man, that 30-30 Derringer is nothing to shake a stick at. Alrighty, the first water jug surprisingly did not explode. We hit our second jug, and then it looks like we flew out the side of the third jug. So I guess I'm gonna have to shoot it again. Okay, round 2, here we go. Golly. Oh, I think we lost it again. Just seems like that round is getting squirrely. We got 4 more jugs. I guess I could try it one more time. Oh, I think we may have caught it that time. I'll just put that in my pocket. Fits in there quite nicely. We went through 1, 2, 3. Oh. We may have slipped out the bottom of 4. But if we did, it's right here in the table. Oh, it is in the table. Hold on 1 second. Take a look at this. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is right there. So, judging from what I'm seeing, it looks like we are losing so much velocity and power that this is acting like a full metal jacket. It's not even expanding, but still went through quite a few water jugs. All right, well, up next, we're gonna see if we can shoot through a truck with a 30-30 Derringer. I'm loaded up with another 170 grain soft point. Let's see what happens. Okay, I guess I'm gonna take a knee and, well, here we go. This thing, even with my gloves, you know, to keep my hands warm, is quite a handful. So we hit right here, and then I'm not really sure if we Even made it through the first door. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go check the other side. Nope. I'm not seeing any new holes. So when it comes to shooting through a truck, I'm going to say a 30-30 Derringer is not the right tool for the job. All right, up next, we're going to do a little bit of a comparison. We're going to shoot some stuff with the 30-30 Derringer and the 30-30 rifle, see what kind of differences we get in energy transfer and penetration. And our first target is going to be 10 pounds of sour cream. So moving forward, I'm going to try to give the Derringer the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to stop using the soft points and start using the lighter 140 grain controlled chaos round. Maybe we'll get a little more energy transfer out of this. All right, here we go. Golly. That was pretty good. Even with a little tiny short barrel, those controlled chaos rounds did quite a bit of damage. I do think I hit a little bit low though. Look at that. It's just it's sprayed all over the table like the sour cream had a really wet fart. Now time for the Henry lever action. I expect it to be a little more eventful. Here we go. Oh! Oh! I'll tell you what, we have not had snow this year. I think that'll do though. Oh my gosh. Let's move on to something else. Up next, we're gonna have two targets. We have 2-pound cans of chili and 24-ounce containers of cottage cheese. And if you're upset about me shooting cottage cheese, you really need to look yourself in the mirror because that is just disgusting. It's the texture. Okay, I am loaded up with 2 more rounds of the 140 grain controlled chaos. Let's start out with the cottage cheese. See if I can hit it. Golly! Okay, wow, that was actually quite a bit of energy transfer. Now for the chili. Here we go. Okay, well, let's check that out. These gloves are doing a pretty good job at keeping my hands warm, you know, but they still kind of hurt. I'm not really sure why. Blew through the cottage cheese and we had some good energy transfer, but with the chili, just zipped right through that thing. That could be because maybe most of the chili is a little lower, but I don't know. We are losing quite a bit of velocity with this one. Let's see what happens when we hit it with the rifle. All right, 30-30 rifle. Cottage cheese is up first. Here we go. Okay. That is chunky. How about the chili? Here we go. Oh, we still got one more. Oh man, that never gets old. Yes, this table is starting to look like a piece of modern art. I mean, this is beautiful. Look at all these colors and textures and shapes and designs. I'm telling you, that's pretty impressive. I'm not trying to brag. Anyways, let's move on to some more targets. I'm still not satisfied. I need to get a little more data on this Derringer. All right, up next, we are going to do a body armor test. This is a Premier Body Armor Soft Armor Level 3A vest. This should stop up to 44 Magnum. We're gonna see if it can stop 30-30 out of a Derringer and a rifle. I have a 5-gallon water jug. Just gonna place that around it. And now I'm gonna shoot it. I can't really decide which round I wanna use, so I'm gonna use both. We have the 170 grain soft point. I'll put that in the top barrel. And then we have the 140 grain controlled chaos. We'll put that in the bottom barrel. All right, soft point is first. Here we go. Golly. Now the controlled chaos. Oh. Man, I'm so glad that I wore these gloves. My hands are really getting beat up by all this cold weather, you know. Let's have a look-see. We have some water leaking out, but I wonder if it's from actually making it through the vest or just sheer energy transfer. I'm gonna try not to get sour cream all over me. We hit right there and right there. No, we stopped them, but it looks like we still had quite a bit of energy come through the vest because she be leaking. Well, now I am going to flip this over and we will shoot the fresh side with the 30-30 rifle. Going to use both rounds for the lever action rifle as well. Soft point is up first. Here we go. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and shoot it a second time anyways. Controlled chaos. All right. Let's check that out. So, our first shot was right here, I believe. And then our second shot is right here. Yeah, so first shot blew through the vest, second shot blew through the vest. Now take into consideration this vest is not rated for a 30-30 rifle, but apparently it is rated for a 30-30 Derringer. So with a Derringer or a pocket pistol, one thing that you really have to look out for is when you are loading it or cocking the hammer. These barrels are so short that it's very easy to put your hand in front of them when doing those things. So up next I have a Ballistic Dummy Labs hand. We are going to take a shot at it and see what would happen if you had a negligent discharge with your 30-30 Derringer. Emergency room visit coming in 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go see if we can find our hand, shall we? All right. Oh, so here is our hand. Looks like you would have a nice clean little hole and lots of unburnt powder all over your palm. As for the exit hole, that is not looking too good, and it does look like we made it through some bones. So a 30-30 Derringer negligent discharge would be no bueno. So there's one last thing that I need to know about the 30-30 Derringer. Is it any good for trick shots? Well, I could not find a volunteer for this trick shot, so I have a Ballistic Dummy Labs zombie bust and a can of Spam. I'm gonna put the can of Spam on his head, balance it, and see if I can plink it off there with the 30-30 Derringer. Also, do a push-up every time I say 30-30 Derringer in this video, and I promise you, you will hit your New Year's resolution goal. All right, set our Spam up. This is gonna require extreme concentration. Here we go. All right, don't move. Sit very still. Oh! Oh, okay. Not good for trick shots. Bear protection maybe, but no on trick shots. Okie dokie, we definitely missed. We hit Mr. Zombie And we made it through, Mr. Zombie. So I guess you could add to the list, 30-30 Derringer, good for zombie defense. Now how about a 30-30 rifle? Oh dear. How about another? Oh! You know what? Maybe one point blank. If you can't find your Derringer, I think your rifle will do just fine. Let me know what you thought about the 30-30 Derringer in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a like and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on awesome new content. And if you want to pick up a nifty Kentucky Ballistics t-shirt, swing over to KentuckyBallistics.com. And as always, my name is Scott. Thank you so much for watching Kentucky Ballistics. I'll see you next time.